ito, no? Pasensya na kayo. Policies, especially for the organization. Kasi ang government nga, ilabas naman kasi wala namang mga Clean Air Act na yan, wala yan. Ano yung mga policies with an EMS? An EMS could be an ISO and could be a symbol of the way you want it to be. So ngayon, nilagyan ng dahil maraming methods in EMS, it becomes a market-based instrument. Some companies, especially if you are a private company working, doing business with other private companies, you will be surprised that they require you to submit an environmental management system. And here comes the environmental management system. The company will get 5 bidders with different environmental management system. So ngayon, problema mo ngayon, ano ba yung pipiliin mo? So ginawa nila, nilagyan nila ng standard. Saan pa ako dapat? Yun. So ano ba ang benefits ng EMS implementation? So since it's a management team, the idea is that we have to have some efficiency and potential for cost reduction. Sabi nga nila, what gets measured gets managed, or vice versa. So the idea is that when you manage your resources, you come up with that optimization, resource efficiency of energy, water, raw materials. So, and because it becomes a requirement of the market, it could be a market competitiveness concern, and then in terms of financial risk, especially now these days, with the implementation of environmental laws, ganda-ganda ng takbo ng negosyo mo. All of a sudden, meron kang, halimbawa, accident. Like what happened with Philex Mining. So, ganda ng trend nila, mataas yung kanilang public offering. Naka-IPO sila eh. Ganda ng publicity nila. All of a sudden, biglang nagkaroon sila ng accident sa environment. So, bumuhok yung mine tailings nila. So, nalugi sila. Bukod sa nalugi sila, sinuspend sila ng government. Kinlaw sila for quite some time. And then, aside from rehabilitation costs, na-penalize pa sila and they cost it billions. So with EMS, they should be able to get rid of those, or probably yung kanilang management system, kung meron na silang EMS, baka they need an improvement. So hopefully, because this is a system, it's something that's continued, and somehow you take a look at and assess if it's applicable to the current situation. So yun nga, yung contingency planning, crisis management, become integral part of the business. Strengthen legislative compliance. Okay? So because this is a management, it goes without saying, like quality management system, you follow the 10 wheel principles. O yung, familiar ba kayo dito sa management, yung PDCA cycle? So yan, the same, inaagap lang din niya, no? So you do a plan, you do planning, which we will also do in this project, and then implement it, the processes and the programs, and then you have to monitor, to install a monitoring mechanism, system, and then take actions to improve performance, and that's where what we call continuous improvement. So in a nutshell, yan po ang EMS. Hindi siya close arrow, no? May look siya for continual improvement. So, ang kagandahan sa EMS, aside from compliance to government, walang absolute requirements for environmental performance. Except sa environmental policy. Sa kaya-kaya mo lang. For instance, Quezon City would want to implement EMS, pwedeng mag-start sa EPWMP lang. O pwede lang sa office ni Mayor. Kasi yun lang yung kayang commitment. Pwedeng gano'n. Halimbawa, isang example ay PNR. Naka-EMS, naka-Environmental Management System, 14,000 certified, ang EMB. Pero hindi ang buong DNR. So, ganun siya, no? No absolute requirements. Kumbaga, kung ano yung kaya mo, according to your will. And does not include other management system like quality and occupational health safety. Hindi niya minamandate. On the other hand, it can be integrated. Maybe if nakikinig niyo na ngayon yung IMS, Integrated Management System. And that includes environment, quality, and occupational health safety. May mga another standards doon, integrated na yon. So, mas komplikado yon. So, the advantage that in terms of cost and in terms of processes, medyo, okay siya. On the other hand, pag mayroong non-compliance sa, let's say, sa occupational health safety side, tama yung dalawang, yung quality and at the same time yung environmental certification. So, mayroon lang, again, fundamentals, balik tayo sa definition of terms, yung mga EMS na yan. EMS is part of organizational management system used to develop and implement its environmental policy and manage its environmental aspect. Ano ba yung environmental aspect? Meron siyang definition dyan sa baba, later on. So again, yung EMS implement its environmental policy. Kaninong policy yan? Policy nung organization. Kung Quezon City mag-implement ng EMS, policy nyo yan for yourself. So, and then, ano yung environmental aspects? Puntahan na natin siya. Although na-discuss na natin ito nung last training, di ba? Ang environmental aspects, element of organization activities or product or services that can interact with the environment. Ano yung environmental aspects? Halimbawa, Quezon City, as a service, as a government service, ang inyong aspects ay let's say maintenance of streets ng buong Quezon City. Anong environmental aspects nyo doon? You use energy. And that's why may mga tinatawag yung program na energy efficient, LED, palit ilaw, etc. etc. So isang environmental aspects yun. You use your building. Anong environmental aspects nun? Nag-install kayo ng MRF, probably because of how many employees you have? 7,000? Ang empleyado sa Quezon City? Ilan kayo? Mga 7,000 ba kayo? 10,000. So the waste being generated by the employees could be an environmental aspect. That's why you install a material recovery facility. So yun lang yung ibig sabihin ng environmental aspects na yung mga fleets, yung mga sasakyan na ginagamit ng Quezon City. So could be another potential environmental aspect. So ano naman yung continuous improvement? As the term, o continual improvement, as the term itself, it's a recurring process. But for the purpose of environmental management system, it has to achieve improvements to the overall environmental performance. Actually, this is common to any kind of management, and but in particular sa environmental standards. That includes even in eco-label. Ating may element ng continuous improvement. Okay? And siguro naman, enough na to discuss about environment. Okay na tayo dyan. So, impact, environmental impact, any change to the environment, whether positive or negative, fully or partially resulting to the organization's environmental aspects. Yung pag-practice nyo ng energy efficiency has a positive impact to the environment. Kasi hinandal nyo yung environmental aspects. So, yung waste management also has an environmental impact. So, yun lang yung ibig sabihin nito. And for those, let's say, air pollution, negative impact naman yun. So, that has to be managed. So, ano naman yung objective under these standards? It's an overall environmental goal consistent with the environmental policy that an organization set itself to achieve. Dito sa EMS, kailangan yung mag-set ng environmental objective. I think any kind of management would have is always an objective. Environmental performance, ito yung measurable resource, quantifiable, yung performance na kailangan natin. Ano? And yung policy, environmental policy, it's the intention and direction of an organization related to its environmental performance. So, yan lang yung mga definition. Meron pa yata. Ayan. Targets. Pareho naman sa planning, familiar kayo. Nilagyan lang ito ng term na environment, pero pareho lang. Targets din yun. Okay? So, non-conformity, ang tawag, normally makikinig nyo ito, NC. NC kita. Yung nag-audit, mga internal auditor, NC kita. Non-conformity, ibig sabihin nun. Ang ano naman nun, ang katapat nun, meron na akong CA dyan, ma'am. Corrective action. So, sa quality management, laging ginagamit yung same sa EMS. So, prevention of pollution is a useful process practices technique. Yung sabi niya, yung an ounce of prevention, ano, is more than pound of cure. Siguro, hindi ako nakapag-prevention sa atin. Anyway, so yun, ganun din, pollution, prevention. So, proactive approach yung prevention. Ha? So, ito kasi nasa guidelines yan eh. Quantified yan, naka-label. 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, yung mga auditor ng EMS, memorize nila yan, kasulok-sulukan ng standards. Kasi when they do audits, they are looking at you from the standards. So, general requirements, EMS dapat mag-establish, may document, implement, maintain, and continually improve an EMS in accordance with the requirements of the international standards, which is the ISO. And shall define the document the scope of EMS. Dapat may sakop lang. Yung earlier na example ko, Quezon City can implement EMS sa level lang kunwari ng Office of the Mayor. Ganon. So, clear definition of scope. Dapat malinaw hanggang saan lang ang scope ng in terms of site, operations, products, and services. Siguro sa site, pwedeng, let's say, doon lang sa EPWFP building. Pwedeng ganun lang. So, ang operations naman, pwedeng yung kanila lang waste management process. Paano nyo ba hinahandle yung hazardous waste collection? Pwede yun lang ang application ng EMS. So, evidence of continual improvement, dapat may mga pruweba kayo na ang EMS nyo ay nagpo-provide ng improvement sa system. Ano? And then needs to describe how to fulfill requirements. In effect, kailangan nyo ng policy manual. And the term is political statement per clause. It has something to do with the commitment of the organization. No amount of PMS can be implemented without the support of the top management. To some extent, ito ay parang top-to-bottom approach as well. So, environmental policy, yung unang statement, take note itong kulay Yung kulay niya ay pertains to this. Dito. Nandito tayo ngayon. Susunod, nag-yellow, planning. Sunod, implementation, checking, and management review. Okay? Dilabel lang ito kasi ako rin nandito dyan. So, nandun tayo sa policy. Paano gumawa ng policy? Policy statement within a defined scope which includes commitment to comply with applicable legal requirements. Number 1 yon, minimum na requirements yung legal. Relates sa environmental aspect. It includes commitment to reduce pollution. Dapat ang policy statement mayroong aspect ng reduction of pollution at mayroong element ng continual improvement. Provides framework for setting and reviewing environmental objectives and targets. Documented, implemented, and maintained. Communicated to all persons working for on behalf of the organization. And it's available to the public. Kung naka-EMS kayo, may declaration kaya, may transparency, dapat accessible yung information. At dapat i-communicate sa lahat ng tao because the one thing that's good for EMS is that even the lowest part of your organization or an ordinary employee, even the janitor must know that you are implementing an EMS. Halimbawa, ang part ng janitor sa implementation ng EMS is just to maintain the segregation of garbage. So yung auditor, nakilagay yun sa document nyo, papasok si auditor. Nasaan ang janitor nyo? Pag sila na, ayun po si Juan, o sabi niya, Juan, paano ka ba na segregate ng basura? Sasabihin ni Juan yun, kaliwanag, ganito po, every Monday, ganito. Titingnan ni auditor yun sa document. Yun nga, tama nga. Yun yung nasa document nyo. So, swap yun sa ano. So, ganun kasi yung audit. Dapat lahat ng members ng kung 10,000 employees kayo, dapat lahat sila alam nila na meron kayong EMS policy. So, ito yung ilang example ng mga policy statement. Ayan, halimbawa, itong companies na to, integrated yun sa kanya, Environment, Occupational, and Safety Policy. Ang term na, the Supreme Industry Limited is one of the leading plastic processors in India, manufacturing and marketing wide range of plastic products and has multiple location manufacturing facility. Ang mga policy niya ay, ang statement niya, comply with all current applicable legal. Tingnan mo, number 1 yung legal niya. Tapos, muna, establish sound environment and occupational health safety objectives, targets, and process of reviewing objectives, and use of environmentally sustainable and safety technologies and practices. So, ganyan yung mga simple policy statement. Depende sa organization. Ito naman sa mas mahirap pasahin. So, EMS planning. Planning na tayo. Bilis. So, sa EMS planning naman, we identify aspects within a defined scope. Tinitingnan yung environmental aspects. Kung ang scope nyo ay si EPWMP, sila lang, titingnan lang natin yung activities nila. Ano ang environmental aspects nila? So, lagi pa silang nagsesesyon tuwing tanghali, pinapakay ba nila yung ilaw, mga gano'n. Kung hindi, pwedeng isang environmental aspects yun. Mga gano'n. Pwedeng improvement. Determine those aspects that have or can have significant environmental impacts. Document it and keep it for us. So, ganun lang siya. Very technical. Ayan, pumasok ang inputs, outputs. Mga engineer. Ang isang process activity, ang EMS, can take a look at the use of resources. Anong mga ginagamit na resources? Human resources, pwedeng material, and then concerns of interested parties. Sino yung mga parties na involved? It could be outside Quezon City. And then ano yung sa process pumasok? Pwedeng may emission sa air, pwedeng may release sa land, release sa water. Halimbawa, yung building, Quezon City, emission sa air, you use a lot of electricity or you use probably may boiler ba na yung sa centralized ba ang aircon ninyo. So, may generator kayo. Ayun. Siguro naman may permit kay EMB. O sa inyo lang ang permit. Kasi ang generator, dapat kinukuha ng ECC yan. So, yun. So, isang aspect yun, emission to air. Ano naman yung sa water? May wastewater treatment ba sa Quezon City? So, yun. Isang improvement yun na pwede nyo tingnan. Releases sa land, yung mga waste, solid waste, nagpa-practice ba ng EMS? And then yan, generation, and so on and so forth. Ito ang isang parang pwedeng fundamental analysis of your environmental aspect. So ito yung example, mo nga ito, photocopy document lang yung in-analyze na, komplikado. Original document, pinotocopy, ang output niya, copy of document. Ang kanyang inputs, toner, paper, electricity. Spent toner coverage, waste paper from the copy error, noise. So parang ganun lang. Parang in a nutshell, ganun kasimple yung pag-analyze ng environmental aspect. Yup. Gumulo na. So, dapat daw naka-see o naka-significant environmental aspect aspects yung priority sa EMS. Ang tawag namin yan, SIS, Significant Environmental Aspects. SIS. So, process and result of identification and evaluation documents, dapat may criteria and method kayo. Paano nyo ba sinasabing significant ito? Anong process? Sino na naka-attend ng risk assessment training? Yun. So, ma'am, paano ginagawa?
We identify potential hazards po. Kunyari, for example, we're planning for a certain area. So, i-identify mo kung saan dun sa area yung most likely hazardous or yung makaka-apekto sa buong municipality, for example. So, yun po. Then, eventually, you will come up with a solution kung ano yung pwede mong gawin to prevent those hazards from happening.
Okay, great. Perfect answer. Actually, that's also the same applies with the EMS. Pwede nyo i-adapt na ganun yung criteria and methods nyo when it comes to identifying significant environmental aspects. So, kasi pwedeng anything can be environmental aspects. Sabi nga kanina ni Ma'am Grace, yung pag-utot daw natin, possible na, di ba? If you have 10,000 employees, ganong CO2 yun, ganon kadaming CO2 yun. So, gagawa niyo ba ng ano yun? Ng environmental, ano yun? Measure? So, ganun kasimple, no? So, you have to, isa-subject niyo dito sa criteria and method. So, lahat ng naiisip niyong minention yung environmental problems kahapon can be subjected dito sa risk assessment. So, merong inputs and outputs in the past, ano yung history, ano yung recurrence ba yung problema nyo, halimbawa sa cost of electricity, yung ongoing, saka ano pa yung in the future. In the future, ang plano ng yung climate resilient kayo, di ba? O neutral, carbon neutral. So, isasama nyo yun sa EMS. Ito naman para to sa mga factories. So, yan. Control and influence depends on legal obligation. Contractual authority. So, parating may bearing yung legal, no? And then conditions could be normal, abnormal, operating conditions, shutdown, and startup condition. Ito sa mga factories ito. Yung different condition, kasi aside from your day-to-day activities, there are some events or activities happening in your office or in your organization na hindi lagi. For instance, yung halimbawa yung national National Day o yung Foundation Day. So hindi naman regular 'yon. So but that can also be included. Mamaya nung Foundation Day nyo, kayo ng fireworks. Isang damakmak na fireworks. Ano ang potential environmental impact nun? So, mga ganon. Nagpalipad kayo ng isang damakmak na balloon. So, lahat yun may mga risk and environmental impact. So, ginagawa ko lang exaggerated yung example para maka-relate tayo. So, broad categories, you can also take a look at environmental aspects in terms of environmental emission po. Ito pala, sinabi ko na ito, genset, boiler. So, releases to water, yung liquid waste. So, meron bang waste treatment kayo? Release of plant. O kung may waste treatment kayo, efficient ba yun? Gumagamit ba ng energy efficient na process yun? So, kasi ang nangyayari yung mga first wave of waste treatment in the Philippines, natitreat nga yung waste, na-shift naman yung burden sa emission sa air kasi they need a lot of electricity. So, may mga ganon. So, use of raw materials. You can also categorize environmental aspects in terms of organizational unit, kung division nyo ay financing, engineering, building, EPWNT, ganon. And then yung geographical locations, may branch ba ang Quezon City? May mga iba-iba ba kayong O yun. So, by geographical location din. Operations workflow, ito applicable ito sa inyo kasi iba-iba kayo ng operation. And then material or energy use in a product, ito sa mga sa mga factories. So, ito, applicable ito sa inyo. This is one way of how you go through with this environmental risk assessment. O, kailangan, ilabas nyo na yung calculator nyo. You don't need a periodic table dito, ha? Okay, calculator lang. 1 tabi 1 equals 1 tabi 1 eh. Nagulat si ma'am. Inaantot si ma'am. 1 times 1 equals 1. Pero 1 tabi 1 equals ano, sir? Sir Joel? Oh, 3. 3 daw sabi ni Sir Wagan. Okay. So, yan. Risk is equal to, environmental risk is equal to the probability of occurrence, yung P, multiplied by severity of effect. Ano ibig sabihin na? Ano yung probability of occurrence? Anong ibig sabihin ng ay gaano kadalas? At yung severity of effect, ano yung may ibig sabihin no? Gaano ka lala? So yung kalala, i-multiply mo sa dami, yun yung environmental risk. So take note ito ha, gaano kadalas at gaano kalala. So normally, nire-rate yan, hypothetical ito, no? Pwede kayo gumawa ng ibang rating. Normally, nire-rate yan 1 to 5. So anong result na? Yan. So halimbawa, ano ang probability na ang isang environmental risk? Halimbawa, sinabi natin, ano ba ang mga environmental risk sa building? Fire, halimbawa, fire. So, ano ang probability na mag-o-occur siya? Siyempre, i-assess nyo yan. Based doon sa ano nyo. Yung mga fleets nyo ba, yung mga building facility nyo ba, luma na, mga gamit nyo, etc. etc. Marami ba kayong iniimbak ng mga documents na nagkakandabulok na, etc. So, pag sinabi nyo, oh, medyo mataas, let's put it to the level ng probability of occurrence would be something like, sabihin natin, 3. So, 3 siya, dito pala, dito, 3. Sabihin natin, probability of occurrence. So, ayan, 3. Sabihin natin. Tapos, yung kalala naman, gaano kalala ito? Buong Quezon City ba? Buong building ba ng City Hall, masusunog? Sabihin natin, another 3 na lang din. Hindi naman ganun ka-tindi. So, yung low consequence niya, so 3 din. 3 times 3, yun. So, nandun siya. So, yun yung niya. Ngayon, ito yung condition dyan, ito yung severity. Pag sinabi mong 1, no impact. 2, with impact confined on the point of occurrence. Ito, may mga, ito pwede kayong gumawa ng nito, ng criteria. In other words, ang importante lang, gumagawa ng criteria. So, ito, subjective ito, ginawa lang ito. With impact confined with organization, with impact confined with premises and surrounding. Ibig sabihin, beyond Quezon City, pwede yung mga kapitbahay nyo doon, ano? So, with impact can affect fully or locally. So, yung probability naman, hindi possible pag 1, had happened to other similar organization, possible na mangyari sa inyo kasi nangyari na pala sa iba. Pag number 3 naman, likely to happen within the company or within the organization. Tapos, number 4, may history of occurrence with the company. Had happened, pag 5, mataas na talagang risk nun, have happened more than once or within the company for the past year. Ibig sabihin nun, yung risk, possible na happen, let's say, 2 years ago or 5 years ago. So, magiging recurrent yun, no? Possible. So, ipetake nyo siya na high ang probability. Okay? So, ano naman ang result ng interpretation? Paano interpret, ano? Ang risk daw, environmental risk, could be equal to 12. Pwede nyong, kailangan nyong magkaroon ng operational control procedure. Okay? At lalagay nyo rin sila ng OTF. Yung, yung program. Lalagay nyo siya ng program, ng objective, ng time frame nyo, paano siya i-implement. Targets. Lagyan nyo siya ng target. Kailan nyo gagawin? So, yun ang ibig sabihin nun. Pag ang risk ay equal to 12, nandito siya, saka andito. Ibig sabihin yung may blue na yan, yung dark blue, dapat ganon. Or, ang severity, ito daw ay equal to 4. Kasi malala. Kahit mababa ang occurrence, pag malala, maminsan ka lang, malala naman. Kaya kailangan mo rin siya lagyan ng OCP. Operational Control Procedure. O kaya Objective Target and Program. Lalagyan mo ng programa sa EMS. Or those that do not comply with specified regulatory requirements. Kahit pa yan ay hindi sumama dito, kung nire-require naman ng batas, no choice ka, gagawin mo ng environmental management. O kaya, condition B. Letter A din ito. B naman ito. With risk naman greater than 6. Nasaan yun? Dito. So, lalagyan mo naman siya ng operational control procedure. Okay? So, ito lang, ibig sabihin na when you do planning, ito yung isang fundamental by which you do a risk assessment and identify environmental issues. Yun lang ibig sabihin. So, ito yung mga sample, paano nila ginagawa. Medyo malabo lang. Pwede kayong magawa ng sarili yung matrix. Okay, nasa planning pa rin tayo. Paano ba gumawa ng planning? 1. Identify and access legal and other requirements related to environmental aspects. Sabi ni Sir Nino kahapon, they have 7 environmental policies being implemented. Make sure when you do an EMS, it complies to those. Okay? So, determine how these requirements apply to environmental aspects. Halimbawa, water, solid waste, energy efficient, toxic substances, environmental compliance, safety, so on and so forth. Requirements are taken into account establishing, implementing, and maintaining the EMS. So yung requirements na yun ang magiging consideration nyo when you come up with implementing and maintaining an environmental system. So ano ang implication na? It has something to do, when you do the planning, you take a look at, i-specify nyo yung requirements. Gawa kayo ng listahan. And then, kailangan nyo rin identify yung legal. And then, you have to communicate it to employees, contractors, and supplier. So, part ng planning yun. So, sa planning, you have to plan how to communicate. Very important yung communication. Actually, dito lagi nagkakaproblema miscommunication. Kahit naman sa relationship, di ba? Tama ba, ma'am? Google pa more. Okay? So, identify how requirements might apply to all or affect new or modified activities. Somehow, halimbawa, Quezon City might implement a new policy or project. You have to consider it kung may impact ba yun sa environment. So, i-include nyo rin yun. Sources are government. Yung mga information na yun can be sourced from government, industry, commercial database. Ito kasi sa mga applicable ito, mga private companies. Other requirements could be agreements with customer. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung NGOs, anyway, community groups, codes of practice, industry, trade association, corporate, parent organization, kung ayun, authorized representative. So, objectives, targets, and program. It's very important that when you identify, when you set your objectives, targets, and program, it has to be documented at relevant function levels. Ano yung sabihin ng relevant function levels? Halimbawa, building group. At paano ba yung mga division nyo? May building, may engineering, may general services. Yon yung mga levels and function. Dapat i-identify nyo ano ang mga targets, objectives, programs na pwede nyo i-implement in terms of EMS. Halimbawa, general services. Kung sila nag-maintain ng document o system, baka yung 5S, enough na yun. EMS na yun. Yung 5S system, kung makapag-practice sila. Sa mga buildings naman, yung appropriate siguro yung when it comes to planning, yung urban planning, yung proper, yung building code and all that stuff, you know. So yun, ganun siya kasi, and consistent with policy. Yung objective nyo, targets, dapat consistent sa isinet yung policy. And then it commits prevention of pollution, compliance with applicable legal and other requirements, and yung element parati ng continual improvement. Nasa planning pa rin tayo, and at the same time, nasa objectives, targets, and program pa rin tayo as part of the planning. Considerations, yung legal, again, yung significant environmental aspects, sabi ko nga, based on risk assessment, kailangan ma-identify nyo ito ng tama. Meron bang technological option? Halimbawa, mag-energy efficiency program kayo. Okay na ba yung palit ilaw? O kailangan yung mag-install ng solar? You have to evaluate different technology options. Financial, operational, business requirements. Itong mga financial na to, side of it, yung capacity to engage when it comes to economics. So, and then how you will operate, ito kasi yung mga business requirements kung sila ay private company. Views of interested parties, yung pananaw nila sa inyo as an image. So, Quezon City, from the very start, ang ano nyo ay corporate environmental governance, ang inyong platform of government. And a lot of cities actually envy you guys, and at the same time, looking at you, so mataas yung expectation nila sa inyo. And you have to perform that. So yun yung ibig sabihin lang ito. Maraming interesado. Lagi kayong pioneer eh. Create programs to achieve objectives and targets. You have to make a program. Alam nyo, siguro basic naman sa atin na nag-identify tayo ng objectives, nag-set ng target, kasunod doon yung programs, di ba? So, the same process. And then means and time frame. So, dapat achievable. And then may time counted. So, yung objective, sabi nga nila ay SMART. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng SMART? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time bounded. Okay. Ayaw nyo ng group. Okay. So, again, nasa objectives, targets, and program, ito yung magbusisi kasi ito yung magsaset ng policy direction o activities. It could be short-term, long-term, may technological option, legal requirements, continual improvement, set at the top, yun nga lang ang objectives sineset sa top management. So, we can only make a suggestion. And top management could be middle management that can be recommended to the officials. And then itong mga objectives na to, mayroong specific performance level na sinasabi, no? And then can be considered in the planning, production, marketing, and disposal stage. Process, when you take a look at the process, you have to identify the targets and objectives and the commitment in terms of policy, and establish more programs for each objective and target. Kasi ang bawat objective and target ninyo, pwedeng maraming project. Halimbawa, isang target nyo ay energy efficient. Pwedeng ang isang objective nyo to palit ilaw, so, o kaya another objective nyo to install solar power or to change yung mga ventilating mechanism nyo doon, mga aircon. So, iba-iba ng targets, iba-iba ng programs, pero it pertains to one objective. Okay? So, and performance indicator could be, it has to be objective, verifiable, and reproducible. When you say verifiable and reproducible, ito yung, dito pumapasok yung science, dito pumapasok yung DOST, na 1 is equal 1 to you would be equal 1 to me. Hindi yung sinasabing reproducible na, halimbawa, nag-implement kayo ng ano ba example nito? Yung computation, halimbawa, ng GHG. Ayan, malapit-lapit sa inyo. Sino na nakapag-GHG? training. Ayun, si Sir Gian. Normally, merong mga, ano yan, module. Merong mga software or prescribed method. See to it that the prescribed method is widely recognized. Dapat reproducible siya. Hindi yung inimbento lang ng kung sinong scientist dyan. Dapat widely recognized, at least to the national level, o kung wala sa national level, to the regional or to the international. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng reproducible. Hindi yung pwede lang i-apply sa inyo. At verifiable. Scientific, when you say verifiable, it has to be measurable. Okay? So, and then has something to do with the percentage of like itong mga environmental indicators, like kung halimbawa waste management yan, percentage of recycle must be increased, mga ganon. Kung vehicle yan, dapat efficient yung vehicle ninyo, kilometer per unit can be. So yun yung ibig sabihin ng mga verifiable and reproducible. Ito naman, qualities of specific pollutants emitted, kung nag-reduce pa itong mga NOx, SOx, VOCs, na-discuss naman sa inyo pa kanina, di ba? So, okay, nandun na tayo sa, kanina nasa planning stage tayo, yellow yan, nasa implementation na tayo ngayon. Yan. So, do pace. Gagawin na natin. Meron na tayong policy, meron na tayong plan, and then now we will implement EMS. So, how to implement it? That's to create a management structure. Parang tayo, kailangan natin ng management structure. So, kailangan natin ng assign roles and responsibilities and authorities. Tasking na to. So, kayo magkakaroon din kayo ng tasking. So, provide adequate resources. Siyempre, pag may project, merong EMS na in-implement, babudgetan nyo yan. Ganyan yung tao, resources. And then, mga tao, ite-train. Hindi pwedeng mag-i-implement na bibigyan yung responsibility, see to it that they will be able to implement their responsibility, are capacitated. So, and establish processes for internal and external communication. So, normally, ang internal communication, yung mga may EMS, may malaking bulletin board. Naka-announce ang policy. Tapos yung iba nakalagay sa mga ID. Yung environmental policy nyo. Yung EMS, o Quality Management System, Occupational Health Safety. Para lahat ng tao, lahat ng empleyado, alam nila. Pagbaliktad ng ID nila, we are the Quezon City government that's into environmental governance, that we commit to blah 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 blah. Nasa ID nila yun. And normally, by different languages translated, dapat maiintindihan ng ordinary empleyado. So, and then from one functions, lahat doon nakasulat yun. Kung ano yung division na to, ano ba yung participation doon sa EMS. Paano documentation. Because what things normally happen, ayan, establish and implement operational control, ensure emergency preparedness and response. Parang ito yung sa, halimbawa, kayo siguro, nasa implementation phase tayo, ano ang resources na kailangan, shall ensure availability of resources, be human. So, roles and responsibilities are defined, documented, and communicated. So, top management to appoint EMS yung pollution control officer. So, sa sa Quezon City, management representative. So, sila yung magtitingin na dapat ng EMS ay na-establish, na-implement, nire-report nila, nire-recommend management decision. So, anong implication ng resources, roles, responsibility, and authority? Mayroong resources, bibigyan mo ng additional na trabaho sila. So, kailangan i-motivate mo, tingnan mo sila, bigyan mo ng resources. Normally, yung mga companies na may mga additional, binibigyan ng extra motivation, extra allowance, honorarium, gano'n. So, need evidence of resource allocation, provision, and review. Tayo na i-implement nyo yung EMS na in-include pala sa annual budget. Kasi kung ako nabigyan ng resources, tingnan mo yung annual budget for implementation. Implementation for improvement. Okay? So, haba ka nito So, kailangan din may training and awareness dapat i-train sila. And then, at the same time, if you decide to communicate it to the external, yung mga service provider nyo, contractor. Okay? So, communication is communication. So, it has to have an internal communication. Sa inyong interdepartment agency, dapat communicate ang EMS. May receiving, documenting, and response extending. Okay? In terms of external, process of communicating with external them. So, halimbawa, nag-implement kayo ng green procurement, environmental aspect sa external. So, pwedeng internal lang, pwedeng wala, gusto nyo lang i-implement, ayaw nyo sabihin sa kanila. So, again, ito yung mga dapat na i-document, policy, objective, reference to related documents, quite important. Of the record of the standards for the effective planning, operation, control process. Kasi ito mga normally reference and normally translated to local language. Tayo naman, we could English speaking daw ang mga Pinoy. Kuno. Implement process of information. Paano ba yung information ginagawa? So, yung communication, may step by step yan. Lagi ng organization, it happens yung policy sa kaduluduluhan ng kanilang branches. So, kaya kailangan documented, merong process ng information, ng pag-disseminate ng information, document. Normally, number yan, may date, kailan critical operations. Halimbawa, recycling of water. So, paano nyo gagawin ang recycling ng water? Dapat may mga KRA. To lead to the deviation from itong program, objectives, and targets. So, yung program, objectives, and targets. So, communicate procedures and requirements to supply. Very crucial. Yung component ng EMS. Yung operational control code of EMS, somehow you could find, okay, so ito yung emergency preparedness, yung sinasabi natin kanina, no? Implications, covers environmental emergencies. Isang company, normally sa mga chemical companies, bawat chemical na hinahawakan nila, may saka yung actually, pinost niya yun sa Facebook niya, pinakaguluhan ng mga scientists. Nagdebate sila doon. Ano yung magiging possible chemical delikado. Minsan yung pati yung mga paigon, yung mga pain sa daga, nasa baba yun. Dapat yun gawa ng regulation yung policy for the safety purpose. Nasa baba yun. So, nasa check na tayo. So, na-implement nyo na, ititingnan nyo, tama ba yung ini-implement? Effective ba? Kasi ito ang crucial sa problema ninyo. So, kailangan yung i-check. So, paano ba mag-check? Assess CMS process, conduct ongoing monitoring and measurement. Evaluation, dalawa yan. Manage records, conduct periodic internal audit. Dito nakakaroon, para din COA may internal auditor. Saan yung titingnan niya? Saan possible tingnan na effective ang energy efficient? Ano pa? Physical indicator. Procedure, key characteristic, documentation, monitoring, operational, objectives, target. Monitor and measure equipment are calibrated. Normally, yung mga companies, dapat calibrated, especially kung nagtetest sila. Halimbawa, yung cement standards. And who's doing the calibration? So, normally, DOST, or yung mga, kasi ang assign talaga sa meteorology when it comes to galing sa abroad. Kasi it has been designed doon sa kanila. Iba ang specific gravity doon as compared dito. So, dapat i-calibrate yan dito para pagtingin pa. So, the same with other equipment. When you do the measurement, di ba, you measure the efficiency of the lights. So, i-test yung lumens na, yung candela per lumens output, calibrated. So, you ipaplano nyo where, saan nyo gagawin, sino, at ano ang imo-monitor and manage nyo. So, titingnan nyo yung measurement, i-analyze nyo, identify patterns, recurrence ba, yung based on test requirements. Ito crucial ito. When you do the specification of tendering sa procurement. Magsasabi kayo, national and national standards. Sino yun? Sino yung nag-recognize nyo? Ang Philippine Accreditation Bureau. So, halimbawa, si Intertech, komplikado. Pero no, pwede naman natin pasimple. Depende lang sa procedure. Periodic evaluation, dapat process 5 years minimum. Kami ang documents namin, chugi na. So, evaluation of course review, sampling ako ng interview. Tinitignan ko lang kung talagang tumatalo sa kanila yung environmental policy nila. Napakaganda ng policy sa top level lang pala, hindi naman pala. Conformity, i-identify nyo yung process. Then, NC, WFP, tawag doon NC. So, gawa siya ng policy recommendation or recommendation, and hindi sila nagsasegregate, wala pa magnitude of the problem and impact. Dapat yung action, kung gaano kalaki yung problema, sinasagutan niya, hindi yung, halimbawa, ang problema niyo ay leak ng water. Yan, madalas ito eh. Yung leak ng water lang, yun na ba yung action? Address problema. So, necessary changes are made to EMS. Preventive action, very related siya dito sa pag-evaluate ng preventive target ba ay na-achieve o hindi. So, dalawang tinitingnan, yung system performance and yung targets, sinunod ba yung activity environmental performance. Okay? So, control of records, dapat na i-record lahat. Dinadakit ba yun? Sa inyo, uso ba yun? Dinadakit yung mga documents. So, you have to have a more comprehensive audit. You have to do a challenge. Pag insider, okay sana siya, no? Kasi nakikita. Ang problema, pag insider, maraming nakakaaway. So, subject of being audited. Hindi pwedeng, pwede rin kayo mag-hire. So, it has to be planned, nagkaka-audit is objective use reason. Ayan, can be performed by external. So, sa nagkaroon ng mga correctly, sustainability, adequacy, and effectiveness. What is applicable today may not be applicable 2 or 3 years from now. So, it has to be ginagamit. So, sa management review tayo, yung evaluation of compliance to legal kasi yung isang local government ay inihabla ng ombudsman for not complying pag-sue sa mga LG legal required programs, objectives and targets.